Hi, good morning. It's Monday, April 6th, and today I'm going to dedicate some time to researching the keto diet. This is something that I have never wanted to try. To be honest, I usually follow the school of thought like everything in moderation, just eat a healthy diet, complex carbs, vegetables, lean proteins, things like this. My background is Italian and Greek, so I'm of Mediterranean descent, and the Mediterranean diet has always proven to be one of the healthiest, healthy oils, fats, things like that. I have a friend that loves keto. She had a lot of success on it, and I'm just curious to find out what this feeling of ketosis is when people speak of it in terms of feeling like so much energy, more than they ever had, and this clarity of their thoughts. In the past, I never wanted to do something like this because I do think it's not something that you can sustain long term. I still don't think it's super healthy to promote eating so much fat like cream and butter and all of this stuff. I think while it may get you results on the outside, it might not be great for your arteries, but who knows? This is a very controversial diet. So, since we have been on lockdown for 2 weeks and Dubai just extended it for another 2 weeks, instead of ordering my usual meal plan that I just have food delivered to me, which is quite healthy, but it's a lot of carbs, sweet potato, brown rice, things like that. I'm gonna try and see if I can put together a keto diet for myself. The only reason I'm doing this is because we're also not flying. It's very difficult on board to follow a diet, especially when you're hungry and you're tired and you give in to the temptation of the food that you have on board. Even just the hot meal casseroles, you don't know what sort of sauce the protein is cooked in and stuff like that. It could have sugar, which you're not supposed to have on the keto diet. So I've never done it as cabin crew because I just think it's honestly impossible unless you're bringing your food everywhere. I mean, even a breakfast buffet in a hotel, you don't really know how the food is cooked. So as someone that's constantly flying, I don't think the keto diet is very manageable. So that's why I never tried it. So I'm going to try it now since I have the time to cook just to see. Um, I don't have a lot of fat I want to lose, but we could shred up a little bit there. So let's see what's going to happen. I don't really believe in this diet, but I'm willing to give it a try just to see. So I'm going to do some research today and I guess kind of see if I can put together a meal plan for myself, and then we'll go shopping and let's see how it goes. Maybe 2 weeks I'll try it out. Why not? Don't have much else to do right now. When I was researching this yesterday, I decided I just wanted to go with a meal plan in Dubai that's going to cook everything and deliver it to me. That way I know everything is like proper, my macros are going to be correct, don't have to deal with the hassle of cooking, cleaning, which I hate to do. I literally have not cooked almost the 3.5 years that I've lived in Dubai because I just do these meal plans. Because to be honest, the price point works out to be the same as going out and buying groceries in Dubai and cooking yourself. And I'm a horrible cook, so I'd rather at least eat something that I enjoy eating. And especially with this keto diet, I really want to make sure that I do it right. So if I order from the meal plan, I know everything is going to be as per the keto standards. So I don't have anything today. It's the 7th and it's not starting until the 8th, April 8th. So I'm going to make a bulletproof coffee. This is something that I have made in the past. It's not something I really recommend to do as a meal replacement if you're not doing keto because it is a lot of fat, so it wouldn't be good to drink this in the morning and then be eating carbs throughout the day. But this is something that I have done when I've had a really early reporting time. Maybe like I have to be at headquarters at like 6 a.m. So if you're up, 4:30, 4, you're not hungry, so this is something good just to get something quick in your system, give you some energy, and it really kind of activates your brain and gives your brain a lot of fat for fuel. So it's so funny because I look so much like my brother when I have a beard. It's even like gingery. Like my last flight landed in March, like 11th, from Johannesburg, South Africa. So it's almost a month, man. It's crazy. So we got the brain octane oil. This is a certain type of coconut oil. It's derived a certain way or processed a certain way, so it's better than just buying like coconut oil from the store. You're not supposed to do that. You have to buy a certain one. This is the number one on Amazon. I really like the Bulletproof brand, so I always just tend to buy there, so it's called brain octane oil. And then you're gonna mix it with the ghee butter. The whole point of keto is basically to stop using sugar and carbs as a source of energy and shift your body's way of converting energy to use like stored fat and stuff. And then I always just add my mushroom supplements, but this is just something that I take. I like the Purity brand. They have lots of stuff on Amazon as well, if you wanna check that out. And I got my Starbucks coffee. I'm a Starbucks boy. I worked at Starbucks for 8 years. Love them, support them. Drip coffee. I don't buy all the sugary shit. This is gonna be to whisk everything. Nice Taylor, so it's frothy. So you do 1 teaspoon of ghee butter, which looks like this. This was really hard for me to stomach when I first started drinking this because that's a lot of fat. But this is the keto diet, guys. I'm brewing my coffee there. Here, I'm gonna mix it. It's hard to get it off the spoon, so I do that. Then it kind of spins around. And then I'm gonna do 1 tablespoon of the brain octane oil, and then I'm gonna use the frother. So it's nice, a lot nicer to drink. Cheers, day 1 to keto. Okay, so I have to go to the grocery store because my meal plan isn't gonna give me enough macros for what I want. I am currently going to try and shred because since the gyms are closed and I'm not weight training, I was trying to bulk before, but now it's really difficult to put on muscle without, where's my car, without being able to lift really heavy weights. So I'm going to use this time to shred, get my 6-pack back, abs really defined. Well, I can't film inside the grocery store. It's actually illegal in Dubai to film in public places, like not to film in public places, but basically to film people without their consent. So that's basically any public place. You could actually be stopped by like a police, undercover police, and they'll tell you to delete the video. But last time I was in the grocery store, it was the first day that they announced we were gonna do this lockdown. Before it was 24/7, when it was just from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. and inside the store was crazy hectic, like lines like you couldn't imagine. Probably actually, if you're watching from the US, you could imagine, because there I heard the buying craze and the stocking up was really insane. So I think it was similar to that. People were just panic buying, which didn't need to happen because Dubai doesn't really run out of anything. Like I've said in some of my other vlogs, I'm pretty confident that if they need something, they'll make it. I've never seen like empty grocery store shelves in Dubai. So anyway, it was like pandemonium inside, and this girl was in front of me at the checkout line and she was kind of Snapchatting it, just because like the lines were so long, there were so many people, and one of the security officers came up and said, you need to delete that, and he waited until she actually deleted it. I felt really embarrassed for her. Like I said, I'm just gonna get some bits to complete my macros that I need, the macro count that I need. I need about 2,100, and the meal plan they're giving me is only going to be between 1,800 and 2,000. So I'm just going to get some like avocados, nuts, eggs to boil, things that I can supplement that I know are going to be no carb and get me the calorie count that I need in order to fulfill my macros for the day, and hopefully successfully do the keto diet and shred on the keto diet. This thing is like really annoying to wear, and it's gonna come off my face right away. This guy's like in gloves. It's just like such a weird environment to be in. Like everyone just, it's like people are buying into the fear now because we've been inside for so long, and now there's so many of these rules. I feel like people are starting to get really anxious and like buy into the fear more than if we were just living our lives. I don't know how I feel about having to wear these masks, because they fall off your face. So then I'm walking around and I'm touching it, and you're not supposed to touch the mask. That like defeats the whole purpose. So I don't know. That was literally so frustrating. I would completely recommend only buying your groceries online. It is completely horrible vibes inside. Everyone does not want to be wearing this mask. Look, it's not even sting on my nose. People don't want to be near each other. The lines are incredibly long.
I mean, I even went early and it was like, rush hour after work. Everybody's shopping. It takes so long to find what you need. And also in Dubai, like, none of the store associates know where anything is. Like, they don't know if they carry certain products or not. So it's like you're left to find it by yourself. I'm like, do you have tofu? And they're like, I think in the can section. I'm like, I don't think tofu's in a can, but it wasn't in the fridge, and it also wasn't in the can. Now this is totally off my nose, but you're not supposed to touch the mask until you can wash your hands. Honestly, I would have rather just ordered these groceries online, especially since I was just getting a few things, but I wanted to start my car. Like, I don't think it's good to leave your car, without being turned on and the motor running and, like, the parts moving, and the battery especially needs to be charged. So I can't go a month without, like, turning my car on. So I figured, okay, I'll just use this as an excuse to drive to the grocery store so I can move my car a bit. But man, that was so frustrating. And it literally took me an hour and 10 minutes in total to get just a couple things that I needed.
Got some things at the grocery store, and then I ordered the rest. There's actually a lot of keto restaurants around Dubai, and I did check. What's really cool about Deliveroo is it tells you the exact macros in every single meal, so I added everything up to make sure I wasn't going over my carbs. My current carbs, actually I should throw that in this video. I plugged my macros into a few different calculators, and essentially I'm looking at between 2042 and 2183 calories. My carbs are at 5%, 26 grams. That is so low, you guys. Protein's at 128 grams, and fat is at 70%, 159 gram. That is so much fat, man. So let's see what I got. I ordered from Keto for Less. Wasn't really less, but I got some stuff to supplement the rest of today, make sure I get my calories in. So let's check it out. So I actually didn't need that much. And what I think is great about the keto diet is some things are so yummy, you feel like you're literally having a cheat meal. But I got this fat bomb soup, beef I think inside, some like chia pudding. This is a dessert, it's a fat bomb. So it's basically peanut butter and chocolate, and everything's listed there, which is great. 4 grams of carbs, see. This is a cheesy cauliflower dish, so basically like cauliflower version, macaroni and cheese. But see, the carbs is 9, so that's almost like, a third of what I can eat in a day. And then Korean beef bowl, carbs is a little bit less on that one. So this will get me through today, and then my meal plan will start tomorrow. Because it is such high fat, you kind of feel like you're cheating in some sense. I mean, like literally, like that dessert, the fat bomb, it's basically peanut butter and chocolate, which sounds amazing. Now, I think this maybe is like a messy form of keto. I don't think that's something you should be eating every single day. But since it was my first day, I wanted to try it. Why not? It fits in my macros, so I'm gonna go for it. I like to have a big meal for breakfast. For me, I think breakfast is the most important meal of the day, the time-old adage. And I do think it should be one of your biggest meals of the day because it's your first meal after breaking a fast. And then it supplies you energy for the whole entire day. So I couldn't just eat this and feel satisfied in the morning. It's quite small. So I'm just gonna make a simple 5-egg omelet. I'm used to eating like a huge omelet, potatoes, everything in the morning. I only eat starchy carbs like in the morning when I have the whole day to burn it off. I know that I'm gonna be in a calorie deficit, so this keto diet is gonna be hard for me, but I'm gonna try and keep my breakfasts really large so I can stay satiated. So I'm wondering if you guys do the same. When I crack the egg open, and if I see this brown stuff, I'm assuming this is the baby chicken embryo. Ugh. It kind of grosses me out, so I don't mix it in.
That was really good.
Cheesy cauliflower again for lunch. I don't want to miss anything. Literally scraping all the last bits in because I'm so hungry on this. This calorie deficit is really tough for me, so I don't want to waste any. So this is the last day of the kind of intro to keto, I would call this, kind of like a lazy keto. Tomorrow's gonna be like full on, totally complete calculated correctly. I'm really having trouble speaking today. I'm tired and my head's been hurting all day from this. It's very difficult for me to get my total calories and my protein without going over the carbs. So I ran out to the pharmacy to get this Isopure because it's zero sugar, zero carb, totally zero carb protein powder. So I'm gonna have to supplement my meal plan with this because some days I'm still gonna be below, and I want to make sure that I do this right and really make sure that I don't go over the carbs so I stay in ketosis. So this one is a good find. I have to say today I have a splitting headache. Not like debilitating, but I don't usually ever get headaches, so this is bad for me. I just had lunch, but the amount I'm eating is really small. I think I kind of jumped into this really fast. Maybe I should have eased into it, because I went from eating about 3,000 calories to 2,100. So not only am I doing the deficit of calories, but I'm doing it with the keto macros. So I think this is quite a shock for my body. So I'm at the end of my first day, and I just wanted to report that the inside of my mouth feels like really oily, almost like there's butter everywhere inside my mouth. I don't know if now I'm just like making stuff up. I don't really think I would feel an effect just after a couple meals, but I'm so used to eating like veg with every single meal, like a lot of veg. I mean, like protein, vegetable, and carb. That's what I've always eaten after the gym, like a good amount of everything. And to go to straight up like cheese and dairy, it's a huge transition for me. So, yeah, the inside of my mouth feels really strange. Let's see how I feel tomorrow morning. I don't know if it's gonna like slowly dissipate, but I mean, I've definitely eaten so much oil. Oh, that's funny. You can see myself there. Hi. Obviously, I don't have a great vlogging camera. I've eaten so much oil today, and it's only gonna continue to add up the amount of oil I've eaten. So let's see tomorrow. I'm gonna show you guys the view from the balcony. This is what I'm grateful for today. At least we get to go outside a little bit and have some fresh air, fresh sunlight. I can't imagine being one of the crew that lives in accommodation where you can't open a window or anything. I think you would definitely get some serious cabin fever doing that. So grateful for this balcony for sure. There's cranes, man. Cranes everywhere in Dubai. Literally, if you look out into the distance, there's always a crane. They're seriously building everywhere at all times. Look at all those cranes. The cityscape is full of cranes. So I'm in bed reading, and I've had this pulsing, like right here, on my stomach for a few hours. I'm totally becoming like a hypochondriac now, but it's like kind of like a gurgling sensation in my stomach, but it's just like pulsing. I've never had this before. I don't know if it's from all the fat I ate today. I think I'm literally just starting to make shit up and look for warning signs out of nothing. But it's really weird. It's not going away. Kind of like a heartbeat in your stomach, you know. Good morning. So we're on day 2, but technically day 1 because it's the first full 24 hours of keto. So I'm gonna do my weigh-ins every morning without any food in my system just to track it in Google Fit, and then we can kind of see exactly how much this affected my weight. My goal is not to actually lose too much weight because I want to maintain a lot of my muscle mass, but I would like to lose a little bit of the fat. So right now I think I'm about 74. So if I could stay between 71 and 74, but keep the muscle and lose the fat, that'd be dope. 73.4. Yesterday I was 74.2. So I've actually never done weigh-ins every day. I'm sure this stuff fluctuates depending on what you're wearing, what's in your stomach, if you're fasted. So that's why I'm gonna do it every morning fasted to just be consistent. So yes. This is my first day on breakfast of the meal plan, and this is so small. I want like an American sized breakfast. Okay, I'm definitely struggling. My head really hurts, really hurts. Bad. I'm drinking some coffee. I couldn't even finish my workout this morning. Usually I do, like I said, some jump rope and a mobility session, and then I have breakfast. But I was so hungry that I just did my jump rope and I had my breakfast. My hair is getting crazy. Still on lockdown, guys. Still not flying, obviously. Um, I don't know what to blame this headache on, so I'm hoping this is just my body adjusting, and day 4 will be better, or as we progress throughout today, it's going to get better. But I had to even eat my morning snack with the breakfast because those eggs were so small. So I ate the snack, which was like a dark chocolate bomb, just to feel a little more satiated. Ugh. Shrimp with Asian style vegetables and a side of butter. Looks small, but let's see if it's filling. I actually had to drink the rest of this butter because even though I dipped my shrimp in it, I didn't use it all up. And I know that it's like specifically counted as part of my total fats and calories and everything for the day. I mean, gotta do what you gotta do to get those fats. Okay, I just finished my insanity workout. I'm feeling great. I have a surge of energy. It's time for dinner. All right, we got a shrimp satay with some cucumber and tomato salad and coconut oil. All right, so it's the end of day 2, and to be honest, I feel quite full. I was worried about this because I am in such a big calorie deficit, and I thought it was going to be a really big shock to my system, but I actually don't feel hungry. My last meal was at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and it's about 10 o'clock now. Usually I would, have a protein shake or want something else to eat, some peanut butter, maybe even some hard boiled eggs, especially if I'm in the gym lifting. I would feel really hungry. So I think definitely this is a good time to do it because I'm not weight training at the gym. So I'm really just doing like high intensity stuff and hit training. So I'm feeling quite satiated, so I think that is coming from all the fat that I'm eating. So let's see what day 3 brings. They say if you're going to experience what's called this keto flu, where you basically feel like shit, like you have the flu, then it's coming between day 3 and 5. So hopefully I'm just gonna coast right past that. Good night. Okay, before I said good night, I wasn't completely honest because I didn't have the full picture because I forgot something important. I didn't go number 2 today, and usually I'm very regular. I go every morning. I just went because I did some evening yoga, and I think it moved my bowels around and kind of pushed it out, and I was a little constipated. So I'm telling you this so people know if you already have a bad um, movement, if it's not easy for you or if you don't go regularly, then I would say that's something to be wary of because for me to go from eating a lot of like sweet potatoes and fibrous foods, vegetables, to basically nothing. I mean, you have some vegetables on keto, but the amount itself is even very small because you can't go over your carb limit. That's going to be a very huge change for your digestive system and track to not have that additional help. So it was a little painful, but I still went, so at least I'm not fully constipated. And I'm gonna go out and have to buy some fiber or Metamucil or some sort of supplement because I don't want this to be an ongoing issue and be really painful to go number 2. So, like I said, we're keeping it real and raw, guys. Real and raw, that sounds like a porno. I shouldn't say that. I'm keeping it real, okay? I'm keeping it real. So, this is the honest review. So, day 2, a little difficult to go number 2. It was very hard to get up today. I snoozed my alarm a lot, which usually doesn't happen. It's 7:30 in the morning. I've been getting up at 6:30. I had a really weird dream. I don't know if it's just anxiety about keto, but you all know Costco. So in my dream, like I was with a friend or something. I don't know the circumstance, but like at the end of the night, I ordered this, the huge Costco pizzas that are like so big. The slices are so big and so cheesy. And I ate like the whole thing. And the whole time I'm like, yay, I'm eating cheese, keto. And then I was like, when I finished, like, fuck, wait, that's a pizza with all these carbs.
and then called my friend and was like, I just ate a pizza by accident. And she was like, yeah, you're going to be thrown out of ketosis and it's going to be bad. What a fucking stressful dream. Fucking Costco pizza. Again, I kind of feel like I have a headache. Every morning I wake up and I do like a little bit of jump rope. I can't even talk. Jump rope, some sort of light cardio, yoga, mostly mobility. I usually do like maybe 5 minutes of jump rope and then like 15 minutes of mobility, so I'm getting like 20 minutes of movement before I eat breakfast. But when I was jumping rope, I got like a splitting pain here, and like I said before, I don't really get headaches, and don't know if this is because of keto. Maybe I'm dehydrated, but I'm just not someone that gets headaches like ever, or head pain. So, could be one of two things. I'm gonna do my mobility and then have breakfast. We'll see how I'm feeling after that. This is tough though. Tough adjustment. So today's 71.1. So I started at 73, 74. So I don't know, this could be water weight, or I don't think I could lose weight that much. As I said, I'm not trying to really lose a ton of weight. I just want to shred up my stomach, get these abs to pop out. So I guess we're on the way. All right, guys, so it's 7:30 in the morning. As you saw, I was doing a little bit of insanity because the gyms have been closed and it's very hard to work out at home. I figured I'm going to go back to basics. Shanti is like my fitness guru. He's my fitness idol. I've been doing insanity since I was like 21. I've done all the different programs, but I've never actually done it as like a full program, 60 days as it's required. Usually I only do a month because I've never done so much cardio in my life. Usually I intersperse it with my training at the gym, or I'll say, you know what, I'm sick of weight training, I want to confuse my body and switch it up, so I'll do maybe 2, 3, 4 weeks. But his programs are like actually 60 days. So I think because of this lockdown and the coronavirus, I'm going to be able to do the full 60 days. So I'm just going to tell you what we got, and then I'm going to plug in it into my carb manager app and see what I'm missing, because sometimes I'm missing just a couple carbs or a couple fats or a couple proteins to get my personal macro count, and then I supplement it with different things. So breakfast, we got breakfast cauliflower rice with omelet egg roll-ups, morning snack cheese salad sandwich, lunch Vietnamese beef salad plus butter, evening snack pumpkin seeds and gluten-free croutons, dinner chicken makhani with roasted vegetables and coconut oil. So this is my menu. As you can see, it has my carbs and everything. It's blurry. It keeps the carbs, proteins, fats. So I'm gonna plug this in and see where I need to supplement. Again, they're very small meals, so it makes me very sad to look at. I'll show you the breakfast, which I think I might supplement because I need to eat a lot, man, for breakfast. Plus today, I just did that little 20-minute insanity. That was just kind of a movement. I like to always start my day with some movement, even if it's not a serious workout, just to get the blood going, the heart pumping. Later on, I'm gonna do my own circuit with some resistance bands and things just to keep the muscles going, because the insanity is a lot of cardio and high intensity interval training and body weight, but you're not really doing arm curls and stuff. So I don't want to be out of the gym 60 days without doing any arm curls. So I'm probably going to burn a couple extra calories, so I'll be able to supplement a little more. So that's kind of how I do it. But if you guys are interested in doing this, I definitely recommend you to do one of those in-body scans, and then you get your whole health profile, and from there you can really determine the macros that you need depending on your goal. All right, so this is my breakfast. So tiny. So tiny. All
herb feta and beef skewer. Quite tasty, nice and filling. Okay, there's my dinner heating up in there. So we got chicken makhani and roasted vegetables plus coconut oil. Yeah, that huge thing is coconut oil. So I'm trying to melt it on the vegetables. But if you're gonna do keto, expect to be eating a lot of that and butter and oil on your stuff. Okay, this is day 4 of the keto diet. I'm seeing these abs pop out a little bit, but I still have to flex to get them to come out. So my goal is to shred up all of this, to get rid of all of this fat. I'm hoping the calorie deficit as well as this keto diet is going to easily burn all the fat, because usually this is where my body is comfortable at holding out. And generally when you're in a calorie deficit, it can take a year for your body to adjust to actually keeping less of a weight than you're used to, because it wants to be comfortable and it wants to go into starvation mode and save energy and the food that you're eating, because it says, what's going on? Why is there less calories coming in? So usually my body will hold out around here as much as cardio as I do. So now we're just gonna see if this diet is gonna help get rid of all of this. Okay, day 4, breakfast time. So today on my menu, I have it here for my meal plan, the celery chicken quiche. Protein 32, fat 22, carbohydrates 2. So my carbs are really low, and I calculated the carbs in my meal plan for the day. I'm only at 16, so that gives me 10 grams of wiggle room. And I'm gonna add some avocado and some strawberries, because while those are great things to eat, they're very high in carbs on the keto diet. I think, you can't eat strawberries, but it's like a grade C food to eat on the keto diet versus a grade A. But as I said before, I like my breakfast to be big. I think it should be the biggest meal of the day so you can use all that energy. So I'm gonna add this thing and get my extra carb count here in the morning versus later on in the evening. And I'm warming up my chicken quiche in the oven there. I don't use a microwave. It always tastes better in the oven. You guys are really gonna enjoy this beautiful accommodation. Can't say the name of my company. Very old. I live in one of the oldest buildings. Crew buildings. This is literally coming off. Yeah, it's in need of a major remodel. I think this building is like 20 years old. I am so desperate for every last calorie in this meal plan that I'm getting, that I'm eating. This is a pumpkin seed pate. It came with gluten-free croutons. This is the leftover, and I'm literally eating it because I'm so hungry. It's keeping me full after I eat the meals, but at 3 hours, I'm like, give me food now. There's no way that I would be able to do this if I was living a normal life and not on lockdown. Like, if I even had to go out as much to start my car and go to a doctor appointment and be out of the house for like an hour and burn like 50 extra calories just from doing that, I would be too hungry. There's no way. This is so difficult. I'm able to eat this little because I'm literally leading a super sedentary life right now. More lazy probably than a desk job, with the only activity I'm doing is 30 minutes of high intensity interval training. Today I'm going to do a little resistance training with some bands. I'm so hungry. But I can't blame keto. Again, this is the calorie deficit in conjunction with keto. So I could try to do keto on the full amount of calories I eat, but I think it would be very difficult to stay in a low carb count while you're consuming a lot of calories, because it's fucking hard, and this is barely any calories. This is a beef tenderloin steak with mushroom inside. This is a snack. This is one of the better snacks I've gotten, so this looks quite filling. Okay, we are on keto dinner day 6. I'm just doing a couple of the days of meals so you guys get an idea of what all the food is like. I'm not gonna do the full month that I'm on keto, so this will be one of the last. Oven roasted fish with lemon drizzle and roasted vegetables with butter. So it looks like to me the fish is going to be a little tough, maybe a little tasteless. So probably not one of my favorites. And I actually had those same vegetables for lunch. So that's twice a day I got those vegetables, which is strange because usually these sorts of veggies have a lot of carbs. But anyway, this is from the meal plan company. So they got one job. I'm sure they're doing it right. And I put everything into the macro calculator, and I'm actually only at 25 grams of carbs today. To be honest, I feel like no different. I don't have any sort of crazy energy. I'm not feeling any tiredness, so I'm feeling quite normal. The only difference is I'm just eating a lot less than I'm used to. So I don't really know if there's any other signs of being in ketosis, so I just hope I am, really. Okay, this is not my favorite type of fish. This is like a mukbang.
How is it?
I don't like it. It's really, really fishy. I don't know what, it doesn't explain on the little menu what sort of white fish this is. But when you bite into it, it gives you that initial fishy taste. But all of their other food has been really, really good, especially the meat stuff. I had a lamb shank today. I should have done that one. It was very juicy and salty and buttery and tasty. Boring. I would say this is definitely one of the not better meals I've gotten, but everything else is good. This is just like a tough white fish. So this is what my flatmate ordered for his cheat meal tonight.
No.
I'm gonna breathe on it. Why don't you like
Literally
cheese?
everything off.
Oh my
So
god.
I'm scraping off the sauce. I'm
It's taking the
scraping off.
best parts.
Bruh. I'm scraping off everything. I cannot. Like literally done.
Oh, that patty looks so
And
good.
then-
Fuck these fries, man. I want these fries, man.
Stop touching my food.
Alright guys, so I want to give you a day 7 update. I have completed 1 week on the keto diet. To be honest, I don't feel that different. The first couple days I had a headache, but that could have also been dehydration. And they say you're supposed to feel this rush of energy doing keto and things like that. To be honest, I feel pretty much the same. I don't feel like I have any more clarity or anything that I didn't have before. I will say probably not flying so much has given me better clarity and less of a brain fog than I'm used to feeling. But aside from that, I don't think the diet has changed much. I am surprised that I'm feeling satiated and full from these meals because when I look at them, they're very, very small. And even immediately after I eat, I'm inclined to want to eat more. But obviously I'm not because I'm tracking my calories. But after a couple minutes, once my brain recognizes what the food that's in my stomach, I don't feel as hungry. So the fat there is definitely keeping me full. I am not as regular as I usually am. Usually I go once a day, right in the morning. So now I'm at about every other day, I think. I'm having a movement. So I went out and bought this laxative tea. I don't really recommend taking laxative teas. I would prefer to take a fibrous drink. In the US, there's stuff like Metamucil that you just kind of can stir in a glass of water, and that just helps move things a little bit better if you're not eating a lot of vegetables with fiber. But I looked at the pharmacy here, and all of these products, number one, are so expensive in the UAE, like literally over $30 for something that's usually like $6 to $9. And the second thing is they all actually have carbs, at least the ones here. They have like 6 grams of carbs. So right now I can't go over my carb count. So this is all natural herbs and everything. So it'll kind of do the same thing, just kind of help aid in digestion a little bit and get the intestines cleaned and moving along because I do feel a little stopped up. I also bought this liver support. This is just an herbal drop supplement. I didn't even go out with the intention of buying this, but it was on sale because it's going to expire, which is fine because it expires in June, so I'll use it by May. When I finish the keto diet, I'm gonna take this. You take it a couple times a day just to kind of cleanse and flush the liver. The reason I'm doing this, number one, is I do think it's always important to do some sort of liver flush every so often, every couple months, especially if you're a drinker or a big meat eater. And that brings me to my other reason why I'm doing it, because on this diet there is a lot of cheese and dairy and butter and a lot of meat and a lot of things that basically your liver has to process. So this will be a good little thing to kind of just give it a little break from having to process so much dairy and so much meat afterwards. So that's what I got today. Other than that, I'm at about 71 kilograms right now. I started at 74, so hopefully most of that is fat and I'm retaining most of my muscle. And I will continue to see the shred, especially in my stomach and my abs popping out. That's the goal with this. So we'll see what happens. Good morning. I'm on day 12 of the keto diet. This morning we got some poached eggs, chicken sausage. This is new. I haven't had something like this. I've gotten used to the smaller portion size now. I'm fine with the calorie deficit. The meals are keeping me full, so I'm not crying when I see the meals anymore. So I've gotten used to eating this little, especially because now we are actually in 14 days. No, yeah. Today is day 14 of our lockdown. It was supposed to end today, the 2-week lockdown, and they extended it for another week. So life is going to be the same, basically sedentary aside from working out. So my body has adjusted to this lower calorie consumption. But I do gotta say, this morning, especially with this meal, I'm really craving like some toast, like a nice like Dave's like whole grain bread, with like flaxseed, not like white bread. I never ate white bread or even just brown bread. It was always like, like whole grain, lots of oats, lots of like seeds in it, something that seemed healthy. What is that brand called? It's like Dave's bread, I think. So good. Really craving it today with this, just to even like soak up that sauce. But we're gonna stay strong. I have a big problem, and that is I have been doing this keto diet for 12 days, and I am not in ketosis. And this is why you need to buy a proper blood level reader.